Alien Earth episodes 1 and 2 now out for you guys to go and check out. Let's freaking talk about it. Alien Earth is the newest entry into the Alien universe, and this time in a format of a TV show. Now, they have dropped episodes 1 and 2 over in the States. It's on Hulu, so it'd be on Disney Plus or whatever they have connected elsewhere. That's where it's going to be for you guys to go and watch. Now, you all know I'm a huge Alien fan. Aliens is my second favorite movie of all time. I loved Alien Romulus. I have loved that they are bringing back the Predator and Alien franchise. And look, I have a love-hate relationship with the ones after Aliens. You know, some of them are decent, some of them aren't. But I love the franchise. I was so excited for this TV show. When I saw the trailer in theaters, I was like, yes, this is what I want. This is what I looked. I love the tone, the way that it looked. Now, after watching the first 2 episodes, I can say I'm very, very happy with the start of this. I think the first 2 episodes have done its job. I am invested, I'm all in, and I like the approach that they are going with the show right now. So, obviously, this is going to take place on Earth. That is why it's called Alien Earth. Now, the idea is a ship comes down, crashes on Earth, and obviously they have different type of species that they went and got from space, and now it's crashed on Earth. What could possibly go wrong? You know, us humans trying to play God. And that is what this whole entire series also dives into. We start to see a new concept that is now new within this universe of being able to transfer a human conscious and mind from the biological body into a synthetic body. Now, we have had synthetics throughout the Alien franchise. This is something that we have dealt with. You know, Bishop, everyone else. But they are fully AI. We are talking about essentially taking you or me, our mind, and putting it into a robotic body. Kind of crazy. And we also now know that there are cyborgs in here as well, which you do get introduced very early on in the first episode. And they're terrifying. But I love the concept. I think the way that they are building the lore to the Alien franchise here is something that I've wanted them to do. They tried to do it in Alien Covenant and stuff like that in Prometheus. I didn't mind it, but I also didn't fully like it. But this one, we are actually diving into the lore of Earth itself and how there are 4 companies that are fighting for control over the planet. And we have this new company, which is this project guy, which they call him the Boy Wonder, whatever. And the way that he's the one that's developing the technology to be able to transfer the mind and stuff over. But he takes it as if he's almost like Peter Pan and he's creating the Lost Boys because he's at Neverland. I love the concept how they've taken that idea, that story of that, and merged into here. I think that's a really, really good concept. But what I absolutely truly loved about this is they are not shying away from the horror elements. We know that when you're dealing with the creature known as the xenomorph, people are going to get ripped to shreds. There's going to be blood. It's going to be carnage. It's going to be horror. And I love how they are building that horror element throughout here. The episode, end of the first episode to the second episode, oh my word, the xenomorph goes off. Like, I mean, this guy goes off. And he is just ripping people to shreds. And I'm not talking about, you know, going one by one, taking one, ripping to shreds, and then that's it. No, I'm talking this thing goes into a freaking room full of people and within the space of 10 seconds has destroyed everyone there. And I love this idea because look, what made the first Alien so great is the fear factor of not knowing what it was and not seeing it. But then obviously we had Aliens because we know what the xenomorph is. It's more action, so on and so on. I love that they introduced the xenomorph straight away. Like, they don't shy away. Like, the xenomorph is here. And you see it on the ship very early on before it crashes. And they're like, yeah, we ain't taking our time introducing the xenomorph. No, he's going to be here. He's going to be like the main antagonist sort of thing. He's going to be there. And I like that aspect about it because you could so easily try and do it like the original and like build it up and then have the xenomorph in the final 2 episodes or something like that. No, episode 1, very early on, bam, here he is. we're not mucking around. But I also like how they are integrating other species. Now, there's this eyeball species alien thing. Holy moly. That thing is creepy as. Bro, that cat with it? Oh, man, no. Like, how can you make... We already have a freaking alien that has a freaking... a face hugger that puts it down and makes an alien inside of you to burst out. Now we've got an eyeball that takes over your freaking body. What? But that's not even the thing. We have another alien in here that's almost like a leech, and it sucks your blood out. And oh man, when this thing was crawling over the guys, oh man, I was getting the heebie-jeebies. But I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. If you are going to introduce other species of different type of aliens and extraterrestrials, and you can have the xenomorph in here, you need to give them the ability to showcase us that these are things that should not be on this ship. These are things that we should not be bringing from out of space into the deep, deep, dark corners of the universe, bringing them back to our backyard. And I really, really like that. So they aren't shying away from that. They are giving us the full experience, and the music is great. They are elevating. You can hear that alien score in here as well. That's something I really appreciate. You can feel it, because look, my wife doesn't watch these shows now, but even she said, like, is this horror? I was like, yeah, it's got horror elements into it. Alien's always been like. She's like, the music's giving me creepy vibes. I don't think I want to watch this. So I really, really appreciate that they are going down that route, and the blood and gore, oh man, it's all over the place, and I freaking love it, man. And it's set up brilliantly. Now, obviously, I love this idea of having someone, because we have this girl who's the main character, Wendy. Now, the idea is she's a kid in a fully grown adult body. So there's multiple of them that are like that, and they act like kids, but they look like adults. And I like that idea of that, because we're not just going to have people that are just locked in and just, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. You know, we're not getting soldiers and putting them into these bodies. No, we're getting kids. And we're seeing how they're going to deal with this and how they're going to grow on that. And I like the idea of that. But Wendy is already a very interesting character, because there's something about her that is special from everyone else. Now, she's able to, it seems like, hear things and connect with things differently. So I'm interested to see how that's going to develop moving forward. Obviously, her brother is in here as well. So I like that they didn't go down the love route. You know, having someone fall in love, like, man, you know, they're already married and that. No, this is brother and sister. So I like the dynamic there. And it was very, very nice to see them come together, because of the way of how they take these sick kids and try and turn them into here, but no one knows about it. I really like that idea. So far, I have really enjoyed the first two episodes. Now, look, there is, especially in episode 2, there are some moments with the visuals where I was like, okay, I can tell that's a green screen. I can tell that's this. You know, it is a TV show at the end of the day, though. I have to give it some slack, because it's not going to be a movie budget. It's not like Alien Romulus. It's not going to be like the big blockbusters that we watch. They don't have that much money to put into it. But there's only like a few moments. It's not like bad. I'm not going to sit here and just say like every moment is. No, it's just a few moments where you can tell, especially towards the end of episode 2. So that is something, and you know, that's to be expected when you're watching a TV show, especially something where it's sci-fi with like ships and, you know, explosions, stuff like that. You're expecting it to kind of not 100% look real, because it's very, very hard to be able to create that, and especially on their budgets, it's to be expected. Now, I do like, it looks like they've gone the practical route with the xenomorph as well, because the way that it moves and it looks, it does feel like it's practical. So I'm very appreciative that they've decided to go down the practical route. And it seems like a lot of this is practical, not CGI, which is, again, something I really appreciate, because I think that just adds the extra depth and elements to it to create the horror on another level. Because especially with the budget, you kind of have to go the practical route rather than the CGI, because you just won't have the budget to be able to complete it. But overall, I've loved these first 2 episodes. I am all in. It's great to have Alien back. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this episode, these first 2 episodes. Maybe you didn't like it, maybe you did. Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.